Hello everyone, welcome to Hollyweird Reality. Today I'm going to be reviewing episodes 1 through 4 of Traitors Season 3. I'm not going to be going through every single scene in the episodes because I feel like that would just be a waste of time. But instead I'm going to go ahead and comment on a few things and basically talk about the highlights of the episodes. And I also want to start off by saying I've never watched Big Brother or Summer House or The Bachelor or Selling Sunset or Survivor, and I've seen bits and pieces of The Biggest Loser, but I've never watched a season of Biggest Loser, so most of these people I have no idea who they are. Or I've seen them a couple times, like BravoCon and stuff. I've never been to BravoCon, but on YouTube, when they show BravoCon on YouTube. So I've seen some of their faces before, but I don't really know much about who they are or what show they're from, what their personality is like, nothing like that. I'm familiar with some of the housewives, because I don't watch Potomac, but I watch a lot of the other Housewives franchises sometimes. And I'm familiar with Nikki Bella because I used to watch WWE, and I still kind of watch WWE sometimes. And I'm familiar with Bob because I've seen some seasons of Drag Race. But that's about it. Oh, and I've seen a couple episodes of Vanderpump Rules, so I know who Tom Sandoval is. Speaking of Nikki Bella, I wonder why Brie Bella wasn't chosen for the show, or maybe they did ask her twin sister Brie to do the show, but for whatever reason Brie declined. Maybe Brie's pregnant, I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now, but it would have been interesting to have both the Bella twins in the game rather than just having Nikki, because that would be the first set of twins that we would have had on Traitors. So it would have been interesting to see them play the game together and compete against each other, or maybe they both would have been traitors, who knows. Next I'm going to talk about the 3 people who were chosen as traitors. Danielle from, I think, Big Brother, and Bob the Drag Queen from Drag Race, and Dorinda from Housewives. Well, no, it wasn't. Dorinda's not a traitor. What's her name? Carolyn from Survivor. And I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. If I was in that castle or whatever, if I was on the show, which hopefully one day I can be on Traitors, I might be the first YouTuber that they ever have on there, even though I'm a YouTuber with 0 subscribers. But anyway, if I was in that castle, I would not have suspected Danielle, Carolyn, or Bob, at least not right off the bat, because one, Carolyn is way too jittery. She doesn't look like she can keep a secret at all. So she doesn't even look like she would be a good traitor. No offense to Carolyn, but she doesn't look like she would be a good traitor. So I wouldn't even suspect her to be one because she doesn't look like she could keep a secret. As far as Danielle goes, Danielle looks very innocent, and she doesn't look like someone who I would choose as a traitor if I was a producer, so I wouldn't suspect Danielle right off the bat either. As far as Bob the Drag Queen goes, maybe later on in the game I would suspect him, or maybe even right at the beginning, depending on how he was acting, but he wasn't an obvious choice either for me to be a traitor, so if I was a producer, I'm not sure if I would have picked Bob the Drag Queen to be a traitor. Now next I'm going to talk about a little bit about Bob's behavior on the show. Bob is from Drag Race, so he knows how to put on for the cameras. Bob knows how to entertain and be extra. It's what he does for a living. He's a drag queen, Drawing attention to yourself in a game like the Traitors is not a smart thing to do, because they're constantly looking for people who they can banish, people who they can accuse of being traitors, you know what I mean? Because the name of the game is for people to get murdered and also get banished every episode. So they're going to try to get out as many people as possible so they can win the money at the end. So Bob was, to me, he was putting a target on his back by constantly drawing attention to himself, and it seemed like he was just demanding attention. Even though I think he was just trying to put on for the cameras, or maybe he is that extra in real life. I don't know. I do find it very bizarre how they had 3 players join in the middle. Well, it wasn't in the middle. It was second episode. Wes from the Real World, which I'm familiar with him because I used to watch the challenge all the time. And I remember being in middle school and watching the challenge and seeing Wes. So I'm familiar with him. I haven't watched the season of Biggest Loser, so I didn't know who that Derek guy is. As far as Boston Rob goes, I have not watched Survivor, so I don't really know much about him. I think Bob, whatever his name is, Boston Rob. Yeah, Boston Rob, I think he's cute. He's adorable to me. Handsome. He's very attractive to me. I find him attractive. So he's kind of someone who's one of my favorites. I don't know much about him yet, but Boston Rob is kind of one of my favorites right now. I also really like Gabby. She's adorable. She has a nice personality. She's very bubbly, whatever. Right now I'm wanting Gabby to win. Like, I wouldn't mind if it was Boston Rob and Gabby who won at the end of the competition, but I have a weird feeling that Gabby is going to get murdered next episode. That's just a wild guess. Not sure 100%, but that's just a guess. And I think that not Wes. I think Boston Rob may be banished next episode because Wes kind of like, put it out there that Boston Rob might be a traitor, and like he kind of gave a good explanation as to why Boston Rob was a traitor. Where I think Boston Rob messed up was at the round table when he said, "Oh, if Bob's not a traitor, then you could send me home next." Like, how would you be that sure of someone unless you're a traitor yourself, which Boston Rob is a traitor, someone who was chosen as a traitor like randomly. If I was a traitor, what I would do is I would get rid of Wes, like I would murder him. Like, I don't know how often I could say the word murder on YouTube because YouTube is like really sensitive, like their censorship. So I'm going to say X him off. I would X off Wes next episode. And then as far as banishment goes, I would get everybody to think Tom Sandoval is a traitor and then banish him. Because Tom Sandoval does not need to be there. And his behavior is very bizarre. Like the way Tom Sandoval was like looking everybody up and down to see whether or not they're a traitor, like to see their facial expressions and stuff. Like that to me would have like given me a reason to put his name out there and make everyone think that he is a traitor, because his behavior is slightly bizarre. I'm not going to jump on the Tom Sandoval hate train. Am I a fan of Tom Sandoval? No, I'm not going to judge him based off that cheating scandal. I don't really care about that. I don't think that he needs to be in that game. I can kind of see why Tom Sandoval has been on reality TV for so long, because he is a little crazy. Like, he is a little out there. I was shocked to see Dorinda get murdered first, because Dorinda's very entertaining. Anybody who knows her from the New York Housewives, like, she's extremely entertaining. But in the game, anything can happen, so she got murdered first. And being 100% honest, none of the housewives need that prize money. They don't. They already have money. They don't need that extra 100K or whatever it's going to be at the end. Like, they don't need it. All right, so next person to get murdered was Chanel I Am, whatever her name is, from the Dubai Housewives. I never watched Dubai. Like, I've never really watched like an episode of it or anything. Like, I've seen a few clips of it, and it doesn't really interest me. Like, I don't watch Dubai. But I have seen clips of Chanel I Am, and she's like a spitfire kind of. She like, says whatever's on her mind, and she knows how to put on for the cameras as well. Or maybe she's just like that in real life. I don't know. But I kind of had a feeling that she would leave first. Even before the season premiered, I knew that Chanel was going to be one of the first ones to leave, because I don't think she's very popular in the Bravo universe or in pretty much any universe. No offense to Chanel, but I don't think that she's very popular. And she kind of draws attention to herself, even though I think that she was surprisingly calm during the game. But she did get murdered second, which was kind of a shocker. And Bob said that would cause confusion. I don't really think that caused a lot of confusion. As far as Sierra goes, I'm not sure if Sierra is from Winter House or Summer House, whatever. I don't watch Winter House or Summer House. The only thing that I really know about Winter House or the Summer House, whatever, Southern Charm, I'm not sure what it's called, is Craig Conover. Craig Conover is hot, and I think that he should be on next season. Like, Craig Conover is like really cute. So that's the only reason why I really remember, like, I know of that show, is because of Craig Conover. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, but that guy is cute. It needs to be on next season. Sierra is very abrasive. Like, there's no reason to say the F word every sentence. Like, I'm not, I curse at times, and like, it's a free country, so I guess people can use profanity if they want to. But like, cursing every 5 seconds, to try to make yourself seem tough, it's extremely abrasive in my opinion. Like, she comes off really, really strong, and she needs to kind of tone it down a bit. I think her aggressiveness is what's going to get her eventually banished. She could get murdered in future episodes, but I have this weird feeling that she's going to get banished, and like, I don't think she's going to make it to the end at all, because she's way too aggressive and kind of abrasive. Chrishell from Selling Sunset apparently does not like Tom Sandoval. Apparently Chrishell is good friends with Ariana Madix, whatever. I'm surprised that she has not, like, maybe she did say his name at the round table, I'm not sure, but it doesn't really look like she has said his name at the round table, like, to get him banished, and I'm surprised that she hasn't, you know what I mean? But anyway, maybe she's waiting for the right time. I don't know. But anyway, my predictions for next episode is that Gabby is going to get murdered, and Wes is going to No, not Wes. Buster and Rob will be banished. That's my predictions for next episode. I could be completely wrong, but that's what's kind of fun about predictions is, like, it's just like a wild guess. Anyway, thank you for listening to Hollyweird Reviews. If you guys have any comments or speculations or whatever, anything that you want to add, please be sure to write it down in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click the like button. And if you want to see more content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.